The following podcast may be explicit. One Joe Young presents Adventures from the Shed, a tabletop RPG podcast. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com. We're back in the shed as our characters have followed the old hand-drawn map and made their way to Seamus's family's plot of land. It's 1942 in the mountains of Oak Ridge, Tennessee, and odd things are starting to happen. Enjoy the podcast. Hi, and welcome to the Shed for Adventures from the Shed. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com. Search us up on the internetses and join us on Facebook. We have a semi-thriving community of several people on Facebook. It is very interactive, though. We invite you to go there, post your comments, we reply to them, talk to each other. I feel
like there's a lot more people that like us, but only maybe half a dozen that interact.
The typical amount, yeah.
That sounds nice.
It is nice. It is nice. We are back for part 2 of our Halloween 2018 episode. Woo-woo. And we are going to go around the table and say hi and just mention your character's name as we go through, and then we'll do a recap. Go ahead.
Hey, it's Chris. I'm playing Rutherford Aloysius Devadunder Abercrombie III.
Goodness.
If somebody said, I want to pass that on, then somebody else said it again.
Yeah.
Hello, I am Count Micula. I am playing Skeet, the mechanic, the local mechanic.
So that's two silly introductions.
This is Kurt. I am
three silly introductions.
I'm playing Seamus, the Irishman who will gamble on almost anything.
Irishman with a fart of gold.
Hey, it's Bridget.
He's still holding it in.
Hey, Bridget, what's Bridget doing?
Bridget is playing the character named Rebecca.
Becky.
And apparently last night it was backseat Becky.
Backseat Becky.
Whoa.
Nice.
Alone in the locked car.
So as a matter of recapping our first episode, the quick bits of what we did were the characters got together in and Rutherford's 36 Nash Ambassador with the teardrop trailer. Gosh, I will learn to speak today. Loaded it up with camping gear and headed out to an old family plot that Seamus's family had from years past that nobody has stayed in, I don't know, maybe 30, 40, 50 years, who knows. They found their way to the campsite and had dinner of hot dog casserole.
Hot dog casserole.
They had gathered all their stuff together, set up the fire, gathered enough firewood, etc., set up the tent. They went to sleep, and they heard a sound overnight, which Rutherford was able to determine it might have been an explosion underground. I keep wanting to say Cletus, because the last time we had somebody of that stature, the mechanic or that guy, was Cletus, and it was somebody else sitting there. But Skeet had nightmares.
I did.
And the morning comes... and as we get to the morning, what I want to do is hear a little bit about your characters again, whether it's just a repeat of stuff we said last time or any new things you may have thought of from your character's perspective. Work that into waking up in the morning and maybe investigating this sound. And when I say morning, we're talking like maybe 6 in the morning before the sun rises is about what timing it is now.
6 in the morning, you said?
Approximately, yeah.
The birds are chirping and the squirrels
Well,
are chatting.
I'm making some coffee. Extra
I'm not
strong
getting
for my
out of the
buddy,
car yet.
Seamus.
Yeah. What woke everybody up was the noise. A big boom. Well, it didn't sound like a plastic table being boom. But there was definitely a noise that woke everyone up.
All right. I'm not getting out of the car, but I'm going to roll the window down and talk to whoever's cooking.
I'm making coffee.
There's coffee happening.
He's probably brewing up some eggs and bacon.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, it sounded like an artillery shell in the ground, like muffled. I don't know.
Yeah, but what?
You say that in such a cool way,
Yeah.
like it's a usual thing around here.
Well, I don't know if it's around. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Is there a mine around here? Got caverns? What's going on?
Like an artillery shell mine.
That's where they come from.
I only know what I know.
You just pull them out of the ground.
Maybe we're near some kind of quarry or something, and the guys are working. I don't know, but that was really weird.
Is there a quarry on your map?
Seamus.
There was
Your family owns this, right?
Yeah, but I don't know anything about this place. it's not like it's family land. We knew about it. Just
Yeah, there's nothing on the map that says here's a mine or here's a quarry or something like that. And there may have been in the subsequent 50 years since somebody hand drew this map.
Although depending on our location, it could be there's a fault line near that area.
could be too.
Like
Yeah.
a big one that if it goes off, it's bad news.
as long as it's not a hellmouth, that's fine.
I was watching Buffy last night.
We'll see.
Let me type this. Is
Hey,
now a hell mouth.
Seamus, do you need to use the bathroom, Seamus?
Oh no!
Here, have some
good.
coffee.
Strong black coffee?
Oh,
Would
Oh, I said I'd like to win a quarter, but not enough to pass up a good cup of coffee.
Skeet, you don't look so good. You didn't sleep well last night?
I don't know. I dream about guns, and I hate guns. I don't know. I maybe it was just eating too close to bedtime. But
Might have been that granola crust.
shouldn't eat that much before you go swimming.
do you want your eggs and bacon with granola on top?
No thank you.
No.
No, thank you, sir.
Ew.
Everything's crunchy.
What do you mean you hate guns?
I don't like them. They make me scared. I don't know.
Is it because of the loud noises?
No, I don't know. Possibly because they kill things immediately.
That's a justifiable fear, I'd say. I mean, you probably live longer having a car fall on you than being shot in the head.
Well, you tell that to Uncle Dave.
Let me make a note about Uncle Dave.
Killed by a falling car or a gun or a falling gun?
Little bit of both.
Somebody shot the jack out from under the car,
It was the darndest thing.
Poor Dave.
like in the movies. His name wasn't Dave. His name was Uncle Dave.
Uncle
His
Dave.
first name
Dave.
was Uncle.
Yes.
It's weird.
I don't know. I slept like a rock last night. I should sleep outside more often. I feel nice and rested. Not that I don't want that coffee, but
Telling
Oh,
you,
I know you do.
that's a beautiful car you got.
Thank you, miss.
Was very comfortable last night. Felt very safe.
until the explosion.
Until the whatever it was.
The 1936 National Ambassador is quite spacious, you could say.
He did say it. I heard it. So the morning goes by. The sun comes out and dries up some of the dew on the leaves and what have you. It seems like it's going to be a nice day. What do you guys do on a little camping trip? Maybe play cards before you go out and shoot something.
Cards before lunch.
6 in the morning. Anyone up for a nice game?
Yeah.
That's a little too early for me.
Yeah, well, a few hours pass. What I'm saying, the sun comes up.
Wouldn't mind doing some fishing.
Yeah, that would be good.
You have a
Yeah.
nice, the nice, beautiful smell of nature around you.
Everyone likes to fish.
Yeah. There's no water around.
There's streams, nothing.
Well, streams,
lake,
but nothing.
pond, maybe a small pond.
It'd be more like this is just more hunting than fishing area.
All right.
Yeah.
We
You'd
could
probably
walk
have to-
around looking for
Do some
water.
small game.
Yeah, there are definitely.
Yeah, because we're gonna
streams.
eventually need some more.
We're going to need food and water.
We need more water.
I would call it.
Unless there's a spring or something. nearby.
Yeah, it's more like that. That's what I'm talking about. There's like a spring, but
Okay.
not a stream or a river or a pond. But it's most likely coming from the mountains farther away.
See if we can go find some squirrels.
I'm going to stay around here and see if I can find any like wild berries or
Okay.
maybe some mushrooms or some other stuff that we could eat or cook with.
Guess I'd follow her. I don't really want to go hunting.
Yeah, I'm not hunting. And save your Coke bottles so we can put some water from if you find a spring or find
I got a
something
couple
else.
canteens.
It's been a little rainy. You might be able to find some chanterelles. Those would be good in that hot dog casserole.
The map does show there's a small spring nearby.
All right, good to go in water.
Yep. So, what do you guys plan to go shoot? What's the idea?
I would say small game.
Yeah.
They're not looking for anything huge.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
So you're going to go hunt a squirrel with a shotgun?
No, I got a pistol.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you'd blow it apart. Big time.
You put a deer slug
Or
in a
shot
squirrel.
the-
Yeah,
funny.
shotgun would be like,
Any, like,
for
wild-
quail or
No, I'm trying to think what would be out here, like any wild
Quail,
pigs or anything.
pheasants.
But yeah, certain birds.
there could be wild pigs and deer and everything, but it's a lot of work.
It is.
Might find
processing
us
a deer.
some slithering snakes over here.
Oh, no.
They're good eating.
Hey, Skeet, have you ever cooked fiddleheads? I found a whole patch of them.
I could learn to
Well, you kind of like simmer them a little bit, steam them.
with oats.
Probably not. More something savory.
He's just
Like-
gonna
How about some?
Like
how
the
about
hot
some
dog water.
mushrooms?
He's just gonna put paprika on it anyway. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
we'll put some paprika
Yeah.
on it. It'll be delicious.
I bet that'd be good.
Yeah,
But I found a whole patch of them. I'm gonna go pick.
sounds
A
good.
bunch.
Are you sure they're fiddleheads?
Oh yeah, Yeah.
What's a fiddlehead, by the way?
it's a baby fern.
Okay.
When they come out of the ground, they're curled at the top, and it's a bright green. But they're
Okay.
called fiddleheads. I've actually eaten them.
Cool.
Sort of looks like a finger.
Well, they're
Finger.
curly. They're little like a pig's tail, like they're corkscrewed.
And we're on Little Piglet
Yeah.
Tail Road.
Maybe they called it that because of the fiddleheads.
Could be.
Very well could be. Or it could
Unless
be.
there's a bunch of pigs out here.
Yeah. Well, let's hope we find a pig.
All right, so
The most evilest pigs out here.
ever.
There could definitely be wild pigs and small boar out here.
Boars.
Maybe that's why all the roads are named after pigs.
It could be.
That's awesome.
So let's start with going to pick the plants.
Fiddleheads.
Yeah. That sounds like it's going to be a smart thing because you need to know what thing to pick out. So I'm going to assign a number to it, and you're going to roll.
Yay.
Go ahead.
Picture me rolling.
7.
Okay, you're able to.
I picked the crap out of them.
You are able to pick the crap out of them. Fiddleheads have crap. You pick the crap out of them, so now you have clean fiddleheads. How about that?
You really
As long-
picked the crap out of that fiddleheads.
As long as the crap stays in Seamus, it's all good.
You can eat them raw, but they're better when they're like steamed or sautéed.
What do they taste like raw? Tastes
Like
like grass.
bad lettuce.
Like plant.
Bad lettuce.
Yeah, it's kind of bitter.
You're not selling this well.
That's all.
They're really, really good when they're cooked. Like especially if you can get some mushrooms or some other kind of meat or protein with
Well, we
them.
got some
They're
mushrooms.
real
Maybe we
good.
should look for some mushrooms.
Okay.
Mushrooms we meet psilocybin.
Mushrooms and fiddlehead with a grouse or a quail, that'd be good.
So let's
Or
go.
hot dogs.
Let's go hunting. Who's
We could
gonna-
use the hot dog water to steam the fiddleheads.
That sounds delicious.
Who's going to lead the little hunting trip?
I will.
Okay. Where do you go to look for something to hunt? I mean, like do you want to camp out in a tree? Or are you just walking around looking for? Are you counting? Are you calling out here, quail, quail, quail?
I know. I mean, if we were doing that type of hunting, we could actually just walk and basically you'd flush them. I mean,
Yeah.
ideally you'd have a dog, but we don't. But they would flush and it'd just be quick shooting.
Yep.
Okay.
You're the flusher. I'm the shooter.
There we go.
So I like
So,
the
get a
idea
little-
that,
find a
that
little
you
cover.
said it would be quick. So we're going to do this as a fast roll.
Are you going to be
I'm gonna
jumping
use my
every time
fast
you hear
and
the
calm because
shotgun?
Absolutely.
Okay. I buy that.
have my
because you're
pistol
very
ready and I'm just
calm
kind of
he's
taking
ready.
my time to pop.
Okay.
Yeah, he
Let's see what we
he
gotta
flinches or jumps every time he hears it off the
Yeah,
bullets.
that's going to happen.
All right, ready?
Spills
Yeah,
a little
go for
hot
it.
dog water.
Yeah.
Ooh, 6. That's pretty bad
Oh,
for me, actually.
that's actually not bad. It's not bad as in you did not fail.
Yeah, bad for my. I
Yeah.
probably could have got a lot higher.
So, Seamus, what animal did you just spook so that he could take a shot at it? I'll let you
rabbit.
pick. A rabbit? Okay, so
Rabbit's
you're going to have rabbit and fiddlestick. stew.
Fiddleheads.
That too.
Oh,
Oh, fiddlesticks. Yeah. All right, so you guys got a rabbit. And
pesky rabbit.
I want, Seamus, when you go to pick up the rabbit that he shot, I need you to roll a calm roll.
That will be a D6 for me.
Uh-huh.
I rolled a 5.
Okay. Can you mark bad stuff box?
Oh no.
And right before you go to grab it, the rabbit grows an extra head and lunges at you. And as you jump away from it, you realize it didn't move at all.
What the hell?
You weren't there.
Oh, I'm just saying, what the hell?
So it did.
Hey, did you
It's
just
so
shit
just-
yourself, son?
Yeah, okay, for all intents and purposes, you might as well have just had a
So they
mild
look
hallucination.
funky.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe from the drugs you take. Who knows?
Those are those mushrooms.
Have you haven't mixed your I'm going to call it Benadryl because that's what's stuck in my head.
Benzedrine?
Yes.
The bennies.
You haven't mixed your Benadryl with coffee in a while, maybe. That
Oh, yeah,
might
he's
be
like
right.
extra speeded.
Yeah.
Oh, that was. Would I
Yeah.
tell him what I saw?
Well, because you failed, I'm going to say you shrieked a little. And yes, you definitely would see that he shrieked
That's why I
as
said,
he was
"Did you
about
just shit yourself?"
Did you just shit yourself, boy?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Have some more coffee.
Give it time. Oh man, I just had the weirdest vision of a crazy rabbit, but I must be seeing things.
Yeah.
That was weird. Had
Yeah.
2 heads.
Maybe you should back off the bennies a little bit today.
I haven't even started yet. I don't think it was that.
Well, maybe that's the
We
problem.
gotta save those for our poker game later.
Residual.
Ah.
Residuals.
Yeah, maybe it's withdrawal. I better go have one.
I like the thinking there. What could possibly go wrong? The cooking. What I want for skeet is there are 2 that start with an S, and that's what's getting me. I almost called you Skeetus, which wouldn't be a bad name.
You got a real name. Call him McCluskey.
I'm Marion McCluskey.
Yeah, but then that's Mick, and
Yeah.
that doesn't help me either. But Skeet,
I mean,
while you're stirring stuff around in the pot, I need you to roll a calm roll.
Okay.
That's a 3.
That's a 3. Mark another bad stuff box, Mr. Skeeter.
Skeet, will you stop jumping? It's just the guys hunting.
I don't
They're
know.
nowhere
I can't
near
help
us.
it.
So while you're stirring it, when you stop, it starts moving in the opposite direction, and it's like it's got a life of its own. And when you blink, it just goes back to normal again.
That was weird. Yeah, I don't know. With guns, you don't have to be right near them. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm really thrown off. I feel like I'm seeing things. Maybe I should have got better sleep last
You
night.
probably didn't sleep good.
No.
Why don't you maybe take a nap in the car later?
Well, maybe. We'll
Pretty
see.
comfy.
I mean, it might be.
It might be right up until something bad happens.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys come back as this is happening. You guys come back with the rabbit. Who's skilled in taking apart a rabbit to do this? Who
So
would
I
be
can do
familiar
it.
with
So I
it?
can do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll dress it.
So as you are doing that, I need you to make another calm roll, please. I'm going to try and throw a lot of rolls out here, by the way, just because I think it makes sense
6.
the way I'm doing it. All right. So you get right through that, no problem. You cut the rabbit up. Is anybody else there while he's cutting the rabbit up?
Yeah, Seamus is, and he wants to roll for going to his bag and getting his bottle of bourbon out.
There's no roll there.
It's
You're
not
good.
a camping trip without some good bourbon.
Yeah.
Yep. So you got bourbon. That's
Fine
fine.
Tennessee
So,
whiskey.
I was gonna say, so I would definitely offer.
It's not quite noontime yet, so good time for bourbon.
It's camping. You don't have to wait till noon.
Exactly.
We already used our firearms.
That's right. That's right. I would offer Old Man Ford here a sip while
I
he's
definitely
working
did.
on the.
Is Becky out there too? Would she be there while the rabbit's being cut up?
No, I don't care for that sort of thing. I'm gonna make sure we got enough little firewood. I'm
Okay.
just gonna where I got the fiddleheads from. I saw some other firewood,
Oh, okay. So
but I'm like within sight of.
so you're off, but you're walking around the campsite,
Yeah.
right, within sight of them. Make another calm roll, please.
I don't have. Oh, okay. That's not my. You just want me to keep calm.
I want
got
to
it.
see if you do.
I
you did
panic.
not.
Okay. And now that roll is done, I also want to remind you guys, if you can think of a way for another thing to come in play, another stat to come in play, make sure you try and add that. In the meantime, mark another bad stuff box for Becky.
Yoicks.
While you're walking around, there are a few vines near your feet, and they like turn into hands, and they grab your legs, and it trips you. And when you fall down, you squeal, and not like a pig, but like a 17-year-old girl squealing as she falls to the ground because something grabbed her. And when you look back, there's no vines on the ground.
You all right over there?
I tripped over some vines. It was weird. They got wrapped around my ankle or something. That surprised me.
Maybe you should have some bourbon.
I think my nerves are a little frazzled. Maybe I will. Although I've never had bourbon, what's it like?
It's like fire and poison.
Oh, I might not. Maybe I'll put a little bit in my Coke later.
Nectar of the gods.
It's like heaven, a little cloud that takes you up to heaven.
The old Homer Simpson saying, alcohol, both the cause of and solution to all of life's problems. So yeah, you might as well start drinking.
Yeah, I'll mix a little bit. Can you put a little, just a tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit.
In my Coke.
Bourbon and Coke.
Yep.
Sure. That's a lunch drink.
Heck yeah. But I got some more firewood
17-year-old.
for you, Skeet.
Oh, thank you.
I dropped it, but then I had to pick it up again. But
Stirring my fiddleheads.
Stir
well, don't cook them too long.
with rabbit meat in there now too.
Yeah, it's become a stew.
It's a stew. There you go, rabbit.
It
and
smells
fiddlehead
good.
stew.
Yes.
It probably
That's
would.
the paprika.
I was going to say, smells like paprika. Makes everything better.
Make sure you put a bunch of salt in there.
Toss some nutmeg maybe.
Salt. The only thing I brought was paprika.
Oh,
What's salt?
you couldn't have at least have brought a thing of seasoned salt?
Seasoned salt.
That's got everything in
I
it.
was gonna say we probably have salt.
You mean
for
like
sure.
paprika?
I bet seasoned salt does.
It has paprika in it.
It's probably part of the color. So lunch goes by. What else would you guys do during a camping trip now that you've foraged, hunted, had lunch, middle of the day? What's a relaxing thing to do while camping? There's no movies or anything.
I'm gonna find a nice spot of like mossy grass or some soft spot and just
There
kind
would be
of
some mossy grass near
throw
the
a-
stream. How about that?
throw my sweatshirt down and lay out
Right.
in kind of the sun.
So
Just
you'd
lay
have
out
to
and
go.
relax.
You'd have to go on at least a 5-minute walk away from the main camp to do that. It'll be near the
Oh.
stream where the mossy area would be. Is
So
what I was
there's
going to
one?
say.
Okay.
So there's a stream, or is it
The
just
It's a
Spring.
spring. It's
Okay.
the water, the small water source.
Okay.
Okay.
The water source not large enough to fish in.
Gotcha.
All right.
Would
But
have
it's
moss around it. Is
kind
what
of
I'm
a
going to
clearing
say.
around it
Kinda,
with some
sorta, yeah.
moss, and it's sunny and really pretty. So I'm just gonna go like chill, lay down, maybe take a little nap,
Okay.
just relax.
Seamus would probably, about this point, have himself a nice little cigar.
Yeah, I was gonna
Not a fancy
I was gonna
cigar.
say I was gonna pull out like a pipe, and we'll have a smoke and
Yeah,
just chill out.
exactly.
Got our bourbon, and we'll have a little smoke.
All right.
That was really good food, by the way.
Be men being men.
Thank you.
What's Skeet doing?
I would like to go for a walk in the woods.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Well,
I mean, go ahead.
I don't think it's dangerous. It seems safe up here.
All the guns are back at camp now. Somewhere
That's all
else.
right. Yeah.
Walk somewhere else.
Let's
Okay.
take a stroll.
So while you are out walking, I need you to do another calm roll, please.
Party. Okay.
Well, that's good.
I know.
It's good when it's scary. You want to split the
Oh,
party.
totally.
It's a 5.
Okay. When you get, say, about 5 minutes in the opposite direction from where Becky went, you start to hear off in the distance what sounds like machine guns or something. And it sounds like they're getting closer to you. Mark another bad stuff.
Oh God.
It sounds like some of those short propaganda films that you've seen on TV recently with a lot of gunfire going on and people at machine guns going, and it sounds like it's getting closer to you.
I think Skeet would like freeze and then get real big eyes and then like be jumping and looking in each direction and then like turn around back to where he was coming from and like
Okay.
maybe walk at a very brisk pace.
So back at the camp with Ruth and Seamus, Skeet comes power walking back, drenched in sweat.
You don't look so good. You want some bourbon?
Yeah, probably.
Did I hear that?
No.
I don't know. I heard something out there. I got scared. Came back. Sorry.
Well, like some animals?
Well,
Wild pigs?
this sounds crazy, but I heard machine guns. I don't know.
I didn't hear anything.
That does sound crazy. We're up in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Machine guns.
Pretty sure we'd all hear it up in these parts.
Well, you didn't hear it?
No.
That sounds crazy. It sounded like they were coming right for me.
It was.
Didn't hear anything but the nice breeze through the leaves and the trees. But you know what might calm your nerves a little bit?
Game of poker.
Bourbon.
It's exactly what I was thinking. It was a game of poker. Or we could play blackjack. Or we could play gin rummy. Pinochle.
Old maid.
Without the
Crazy
rummy.
eights.
We can play. Let's just flip over a card and see whose is higher.
That's war.
Whatever you want.
Right. Penny Annie.
Becky, you fall asleep out by the stream. Make a calm roll.
Five.
Five. All right. You have mark another bad stuff
Oh, come on. I'm going to die.
if we're lucky.
Okay.
You have fevered dreams about standing in the middle of pitch black, and you hear car horns all around you, but you don't see anything.
Okay.
And there's screeching tires and like bending, crashing metal sounds, and you can't wake up. So the poker game. What game are you guys playing?
I guess poker sounds fine.
Yeah, we'd play just a little simple, maybe 7-card stud.
So just for kicks, I want to see who wins the hand, and then another one. Pick a die, and everyone roll the same one. It's going to be a random game to
Well, you
start.
decide.
D8.
D8. Okay.
Oh,
One.
Yeah. What?
I got a 5.
We let him
Yeah?
win. We let him
I
win
got a
this
3.
time.
All right. So just for
Now he's
kicks,
feeling better.
when you first start the game, Skeet gets off on a winning streak. That's what we're going to say.
He's got the hot hand tonight.
Rate him and wheat, boys.
Which is actually good for me. I like to
I was gonna
talk
say
about-
it's all part of our plan.
I definitely want him to win some. So.
I got 5 queens. Wait, what?
That one's the Joker Skeet.
Ooh. So after maybe about a half hour or so, Becky, you wake up and you feel like you were 6 years old in the back of a car and it just got wrecked, and it's a very
Kinda shook.
startling wake
I'm
up.
shook.
Yeah, definitely shook.
As the kids say now.
Shaken.
I'm shook.
Shaken up, stirred.
Done shook up.
All
I
shook
have
up.
been triggered.
Mm-hmm.
And now I am shook.
And what you gonna do?
I'm going to splash my face with the little bit of water from the spring
Okay,
and
that's easy enough.
just kind of collect myself and then go back to the campsite to see what the guys are up to.
So
Because it's been quiet.
for the second time in the last hour or so, somebody else comes back to the camp drenched in sweat
Going for
And a little bit of
jog.
water.
and a little bit of spring water. Yeah.
No, man, I just had this. I must have dozed off by the little spring, and I just had this horrible nightmare. It was like I was stuck in the wreck that killed my parents, and it just kept happening over and over and over again. It was horrible.
You might want to dial back on that paprika.
Yeah, both of you all had a weird time out there in the woods. It's,
You shouldn't be the one to talk either.
well, maybe we should not have the hot dogs again. Something weird.
They might have gone bad.
The rabbit will be much better.
Yeah, but hopefully it stays down, right?
Yeah.
And not straight through you either, Seamus, right?
Seamus, how you doing?
How you doing?
I know he's had coffee.
Your
and-
eyes are looking a little brown, Seamus.
I'm good. I've got
Smoking
buns of
cigar.
steel. And
That
a large
quarter's
small
mine.
intestine.
That quarter is mine.
Does
You can't- no
does
way
Becky
you can
play
make it.
cards?
No,
No.
I maybe like
Get her play
old
blackjack.
maid or Go Fish or something like that.
So,
Well,
you're gonna watch them play
Y'all
cards?
picking on me?
I'm not picking on you. I'm asking if you're gonna watch them play cards for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Care
Give
for
me,
some more bourbon?
give me a
No,
smart
thank
roll.
you. I think
please.
that might have given me a dream.
Give me a smart roll.
A smart roll.
Smart.
I'd have to be smart and know which die it is.
Wicked smart. Yeah.
4.
A 4. Oh my god.
It's that bourbon.
Go ahead and mark another bad stuff.
I'm telling you, that bourbon messed with me.
My boy's wicked smart.
That's your best one too, right?
Yeah.
Smart. All right. During the game, that kind of bores you after a while, and you just kind of nod off again. So Becky falls asleep while you guys are playing cards. How long do you guys play cards? Are you betting, Seamus? I mean, what's going on?
I mean, you have to bet for poker to work, but
Yeah.
we're playing low stakes. I mean, it's still
Like
early.
pennies?
So,
Penny poker?
yeah, we're
Yeah.
playing like penny poker.
Okay.
We're just killing time. Serious game later. You know, once
Yeah.
Skeeter thinks he's got his.
I am
after dinner,
on
he goes,
fire.
I'm willing to lose a lot of pennies now to make my nickels later.
So now what I want is Skeet's been on the winning streak. Is somebody going to try and outdo him?
Oh.
Like at some point, there's gonna be a roll here
Yeah.
to try and
I am
either
not.
fool him or take over the game or something like that. Or do you just let him keep winning all day? Now, Seamus, you did say that you like to take his money, but you got to let him win sometimes. So maybe
Correct.
this is one of those times.
This is definitely one of those times. I might win I try to win a hand or two in here because you don't want to lose everyone. That looks suspicious. But for this particular round, I'm definitely happy for him to win or them to win more than I
Okay.
do.
Look at
In
all
fact-
these jacks.
Rutherford?
Yeah, in fact, I'm throwing away hands that I know would win.
Yeah.
Oh,
Folding
right.
them.
Yeah, you're folding. Yeah.
You're letting him.
No, I wouldn't, because I don't want him to. I want him to play later. So if he's like, I just won all the games. I'm going to take it easy. I want to ruin my luck. I want him to want to play later, win some money back. So I'm going to try to win some off him now.
That's so surprising. Look at this. I only had a pair.
So give me a smart roll, Rutherford. Let's see how good you can get this stuff, get it back from him. That
4.
works. 4 will work. So you do get. You start winning some of the hands back. So you probably notice that Seamus is throwing a few hands, and you understand that you probably got a good enough hand that you could win this one, etc. Okay. Afternoon goes by. It's getting near dinner time. What are you guys going to do for dinner?
Well,
Becky can wake back up.
Sorry.
Definitely
Dozed
worn
off, guys.
out, though.
Yeah.
the hot dogs I don't think are good anymore. So maybe go find some mushrooms or something like that.
Did we have
Y'all
the rabbit
think-
at lunch?
Yeah.
I guess.
I guess
Yeah.
we ate it.
I figured with one rabbit, that was probably enough to make a stew for everyone to
Yeah.
eat without much left over.
The only meat we brought was bacon, eggs, and hot dogs.
Yeah.
At this point, yeah.
We had a little bit of pasta.
Yep.
Make a pasta.
We'll make some
veggie dip.
mushroom pasta.
Yeah, that sounds
Okay.
good.
I can go get some more fiddleheads if y'all like those.
Who else is going to go out foraging? Anybody?
How we on
I don't
firewood?
forage.
I was going to say, I'm not much of a forager.
How we on firewood?
I guess
But I would go with her.
help.
I wouldn't want her to go out if it's getting dark. I'd
Okay.
go walk with her, take my
Yeah.
shotgun with me just in case.
Okay. What'd you say, Mike?
I guess I'll stir the pasta then.
All right. You're going to sit around stirring the pot.
Yep.
All right.
With the hot dog water, which is now hot dog rabbit fiddlehead water.
It just keeps getting better and better.
Don't forget paprika.
Yeah, boil the
Paprika.
Kool-Aid.
All right. So those out foraging, make calm rolls, please.
That's not my good one.
It's your good one.
No, it's not my good one. One.
Oh, my.
I'm literally gonna die.
Okay. So both of you mark another bad stuff. And
He just wants to fill up our bad stuff.
That's all right. I'm the one that should die.
well, I'm not the one not adding a second stat each time. It's
The
you
girl
guys.
never dies.
But what would I add?
Yeah,
Just
what
trying to see if
Well,
I'm
you
calm,
tell,
right?
You tell me. You want to be strong, stoic. You want to be fast, smart, whatever. I mean, you tell me what you would do. I'm saying you're out foraging, and I'm going to see if you stay calm when something happens. That's what I'm looking at.
I wouldn't stay calm.
Nope.
So,
Not
probably
I'm just gonna
probably
use
good
it.
that I got my bad stuff.
So, this is let's call it a shared experience, Seamus. When you look back
Yes.
at Becky picking a mushroom off the ground,
Yes.
you notice there's a snake coiled around her left leg.
No!
What do you do?
Around her leg?
Yeah. She doesn't
And I'm
seem-
just-
she doesn't seem to notice.
yeah.
I blow off her left leg.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Crack that double barrel.
Don't move.
If only snakes understood that sound, you could just threaten it. But
Yeah.
looks like you're gonna have to shoot her leg off.
It's like cold around her leg.
Yeah.
I said, Becky, don't move. There's a snake. There's a snake at your
What?
foot.
Where?
Your leg.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Since I failed
There.
my comm roll,
There isn't a snake on your leg.
there isn't a.
No.
What are you talking about, Seamus? You're crazy.
Yeah, it's a
You
rattler.
suck.
Your ankles.
There's nothing on my feet. You suck.
Yes, there
Stop
is.
doing that.
There's a snake on her leg. Shane.
There is. Be careful. It's going to bite you.
No, there's nothing. Look, come over here.
I'm not going anywhere near that. Just back away nice and slow.
What are you gonna do?
You need to stop with whatever you're taking. Too much bourbon, I think. I think you're.
You had too much bourbon. You
I
had
think you
goddamn
lost
snake on your
your
leg.
mind.
You drunk ass.
Seamus, I got nothing on my leg. You're crazy. Stop trying to fool.
After a minute of kind of shouting back and forth, the next time you look down at her leg, there's no snake there. But you're sure it was there. You can even still see the wrinkles.
Where'd it go?
You can still
Where
see
did
the
what
wrinkles
go?
in your pant leg. Your
So
pants.
look.
There's nothing there.
You could tell it was just right there.
No. It's all in your head. You've lost your mind. I'm telling you, I'm not having any more of that bourbon. Or maybe that hot dog water. You know what?
people?
You
Just
probably
kinda-
just have to poop so bad.
You're seeing
I'm
snakes.
seeing things.
You're seeing things.
I don't know, but it is getting a little harder.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
All that crap's back.
You're crazy.
up in your brain.
Let's go back to the camp. We got some firewood and some fiddleheads.
So I had my side by side,
Yeah.
break open shotgun. So when I've been walking out, I just kind of had it over my shoulder, or over my arm, no big deal. But now I pop a couple shells in it, and just kind of walking with it across
Now
my
it's in
arms.
the ready.
Yeah,
Okay.
now I'm looking out for snakes. I really don't like snakes,
And it's
like
as,
Indiana Jones.
as you're walking back now, you're convinced that every little rustle of the leaves is something moving on the ground.
That's the way it works.
You're definitely jumpy, very jumpy now. And Becky, the same idea. Every time he twitches, you're like, "Is he going to shoot me? Oh my gosh!" Because you saw him load the shotgun.
Seamus, you walk out front of me. I don't trust you.
So
You're
you can
too
be first to
jumpy.
step on a
Yeah.
snake.
That's all right. I would do it, but it is, you get that feeling like in the woods. I mean, there's squirrels and chipmunks and little tiny birds that you can't even see, and so there's noise everywhere, particularly sun up and sundown. And so he's probably
Yeah.
freaking out a little bit at this point.
And it's getting later in the day now. It'll be dark in a couple hours. You get back to the camp and finish up, the veggie stew for dinner, I guess it is.
You almost had rattlesnake stew, but
Almost.
told
There
you.
was no
Them's
rattlesnake.
good eating. Snake.
There was no
Lift
snake.
lift your mic up a little. It went down when the thing
That's
fell.
something.
So.
He swears there's a snake on my leg. I think he's losing his
Holy
mind.
cow.
I think.
It was
How
wrapped
much
up
bourbon did he have while I was gone?
Not that much.
I swear it was wrapped around her
Nope.
ankle and her calf.
He's crazy. I think he's trying to fool me.
I don't know.
I don't know. This guy heard machine guns. Something's weird around here.
I mean, there was definitely machine guns.
Well, there was definitely a snake.
I mean,
Children,
There might be.
there's nothing going on up here.
It does. It probably occurs to you at some point, the three of you at least, not counting Rutherford, that what's spooking you seems to be what normally frightens you, and it's consistent between the three of you, right? The thing that normally frightens you seems to be the thing that keeps coming back. So it's not just hearing noises in the woods; it's seeing snakes and seeing or hearing gunshots and what have you. Hi.
Why can't it be things that we like milkshakes?
Why can't I be chased through the woods by a milkshake?
That would be awesome.
Murderous milkshake.
I'd let it catch me. And we'd live happily ever after in the woods.
Why can't the crunching be
Drowning in your
Tostitos
chocolatey
hint of lime?
maltiness.
This episode not sponsored by Tostitos hint of lime,
We paid for every single chip.
but Tostitos if you're out there.
If you're out there.
Hint of lime
Yes.
is dope.
If you want 2 or 3 more people purchasing your products,
I mean,
sponsor us.
there's already me, so I'm like, I think I buy enough for 2 or 3 people.
Adventures from the Shed.
Sponsored
By Tostitos.
Tostitos hint of lime.
And the thing is, I don't like the hint of lime.
He
ones.
hates them.
So
They have
good
hint
for
of
you.
jalapeno now.
Yeah, I had those
I
at
don't
your
know.
place.
Probably
Those were good.
better.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
So anyway, speaking of food, you guys finish up with dinner. What do you guys do after dinner before bed?
That serious card playing after dinner.
Yeah.
You up the money. Count.
I'm very confident in my skills. I'm on a hot streak
You gonna
like
play?
none other.
You gonna play Old Maid to include Becky?
No, I was gonna say. So Becky has not been particularly interested, but I'm gonna try to get her to come sit with me, and so I can teach her how to play. And kind of say, just 'cause I don't want her to be excluded, like while we're.
Yeah.
No, I'll
playing.
go. I'll sit next to you and watch.
Yeah, so like, so just make sure you don't give them any sign of what we have, all right? And so while we're playing, I'll kind of show her my cards and what I'm drawing, so she can see.
Okay.
Explain the general rules to her quickly.
That's kind of neat.
So I'd like to start the game the same way. Each of you, except Becky, who's not playing, roll a die, because I just want to see who starts with the first winning streak to see where we take it from there. Because I think it's interesting to know that somebody's winning more than everyone else.
Just pick a die.
Yep. Well, the same
you got?
die. All three of you roll the
It
same
wasn't
die.
Ed that died last time, right?
Yeah. Let's see what
4.
we got.
3.
5.
All right. So Seamus has control of the game to
Oh,
start.
that's a better start than this morning. It's funny how that works.
So
It
is
sure is funny.
Are you like doubling it up? Is it 2 pennies or is it a nickel now? Or
I think it's a nickel game.
So poker's easy when you win.
yeah.
Yeah, I would want it to be enough that it's fun. I mean, I'm mostly playing for fun. I'm not trying to win money necessarily off my friends big time, but I will.
I like how you added big time.
Big
I want to
time.
win money off my friends.
It's got to be enough that it hurts a little bit, otherwise the game doesn't work. But particularly with Skeet, I would be concerned. I'm not trying to bankrupt the mechanic over here. So whatever level he's comfortable with is what we would play.
Okay.
Nickels are fine.
You bring a sack of nickels.
I did bring a sack of nickels.
They're all in this sock right here.
That's all right. We can keep a tally. I know these guys are good for it. So.
Cool. All right. So this one, I'm just going to try and figure out who sees the next thing. And for that, let's roll the D20. Whoever gets the highest number is the person I'll say. Because I haven't picked a 20 yet.
18.
3.
13.
9.
9. All right. Rutherford, in between one of the hands, just as it's the sun's starting to set off in the distance, what I'm going to describe this as, the sun is setting, you guys have started up the fire to light up the camp nicely, and off on the edge of the campfire, maybe 30 feet away or so, you swear you see somebody walking through the woods. It looks like they're dressed in white.
You guys see that man over there?
What man over there?
Nobody else. When you turn where he's pointing, you don't see anything.
Nothing. Sure, it
Man
wasn't
dressed
like
in white.
smoke or something.
Well, I am smoking this pipe, so
What's
tobacco might
in
be.
there?
I don't think there's anyone else out here.
Yeah, I just caught him over the ridge. That's probably nothing.
I mean,
Easily
I
dismissed.
don't know. Did it look like he had a machine gun?
There's no Jerry's up in these woods. You're fine.
Oh. Yeah.
His name
That's
is
good.
Fred. Yeah, just go back to playing cards.
I mean, I guess if you say everything's fine.
I'm not worried about it.
You want to go follow him?
Nah, I think we're fine. It's a free country.
It is a freak country, definitely. So just not even maybe 2 minutes later, Skeet, you see something, almost the same thing that he described. Some figure dressed in white walking past. And so you guys are sitting around the campfire. It's a different direction that you see. And it's gotten, it's only maybe 2 minutes past since he mentioned something. And you guys go back to playing. Another hand is dealt. And when you look up over your cards for a moment, you see something walk by.
I'll shoot him. There he is. He's right there.
Where?
He's right there. Right by that tree.
And
He's walking that way.
And Rutherford, you feel like you caught a glimpse of the same thing again, but nobody else saw when he points.
This is weird.
No, like right there. It's
No.
right there.
I don't see nothing.
I don't see anything either. I'm looking right where you're pointing.
How dark is it?
There. It's just to the point where the sun is starting to set, and there's plenty of shadows and stuff through the woods because you're in the woods, and the campfire itself, the flickering light emanating outwards from the campfire.
I mean, maybe we should check it out.
Yeah, let's go check it
Someone-
out.
Someone walking around out here.
You want a gun?
No. Don't
Stay
want a
here.
gun.
Seamus and I, we'll check it out.
All right. Yeah, I didn't see anything, but I'll go with you.
All right, I'll just hang out here.
Okay.
You got your pistol with you?
I'm not going out anywhere with Seamus again. I thought he was going to shoot me because he kept saying there was a snake on my leg.
Well, I promise I will not shoot a mysterious snake on your leg.
Well, I think I appreciate that.
There's a snake in her boot. All right, so you guys go off, and in the direction that Rutherford saw something the second time. As you get out there, a couple minutes goes by as you're just walking around looking, and it seems like the darkness is settling faster than it probably should. The air is still, and you can barely hear the campfire crackle behind you. And off in the distance, away from the campfire, you're sure something is just standing there. It looks almost like a person in a lab coat.
How far
Probably
away?
about 50 feet away from where you are. Like right at the edge of where
Do I
you
see
can
him?
see. Yeah, both of you.
All right, you see that guy in a white coat, right?
I do now, yeah.
I call out, "Sir! Excuse me, sir!"
It's interesting in that you hardly hear Rutherford's voice carry. It's almost like there's a muffling of the sound. It's loud next to you, but it's like it doesn't go anywhere.
I don't think
a
it's
stillness in
Yeah,
the air.
I don't think he can hear you. It's weird.
Wait here. I'm going to go see what's going on.
And back at the campfire, you do hear Rutherford shout, but and you see him right at the edge of your vision, but it sounds like he's a lot farther away.
I'm going to
They're shouting at something.
try to walk up to the Mr. Labcoat.
After you take a couple of steps, it kind of moves quickly, like behind a tree, and you don't see it anymore.
See where he went?
I
Same
lost
thing.
him. Lost
Like,
him behind the tree.
Yeah,
This is mighty peculiar.
mighty peculiar.
This
What
is a strange situation.
the two at the campfire? Are you doing anything? Or at the campsite? I'll say.
It's just sort of sitting fairly close to the fire.
Did you have was Skeet holding good cards? You gonna look at other people's cards while they're away from the?
Skeet ain't no cheater. Skeet no cheat. No
That's good.
cheat.
Would Becky look since she's learning the game?
No,
Just
I don't really
curious.
care. I'm just, I found a couple of berries earlier. I'm just nibbling on that.
Okay.
I want
You
to
want a
run
berry?
Up, I want to run up to the tree
Blackberries?
while he's like back. Yeah,
I'll
Yeah.
take a
further.
berry. Sounds fine.
Okay, you get the kind of the tunnel vision as you're
Ready?
running forward. It seems like it's getting
Further
farther
away.
away, and you realize in a moment you're right there at that tree. And when you look around the side, it looks like the lab coated figure is now the same distance as it was before from you, like about 50 feet away. But it's almost completely dark. You see this tiny little bit of white in a silhouette farther away.
You think they found that guy?
Don't know. I don't see Rutherford anymore.
I'll come back to Seamus.
Okay. Now you do see Rutherford. He's
Oh.
standing next to Seamus. You didn't when you
No.
said it,
Yeah.
but he came back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there he is.
there he
Right
is.
there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't feel like chasing somebody around. It's getting late.
Yes, it's weird, but let's go play some more cards.
Yeah.
Drink some more bourbon.
Yeah. That's
No,
not
I think you should
More
lay off of that, Seamus.
bourbon.
I didn't have that much. Just
Well,
s-
how much alcohol was brought? I'm curious. I mean, there's going to be a bottle of bourbon, and it probably would have been a quart at the time, maybe, because it wouldn't have done anything by liters at that point.
yeah. If it's
Anything
a quart,
else?
probably would have brought a bottle of bourbon and a bottle of rye. I mean, we are in Tennessee. It seems
Yeah.
appropriate that
Whiskey
that type
rye.
of we're in whiskey country.
Yep. Okay. Just curiosity.
I don't know. I imagine Old Man Ford and I can go through a few.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is Skeet much of a drinker?
Oh, not a lot of a drinker, but he'll have a sip.
He is a chick magnet, though. I don't know if you'd seen the shirt.
I am.
The shirt.
I was wondering if this quality alone time you guys had by the fire, maybe a little romance here.
I mean, she's a little young for me.
Yeah.
She's sitting there eating berries, and he's still wondering what cards he's holding. Like 5 minutes later.
I had a berry or two, but that's all.
All right, so you guys get back. Nothing else seems to happen until, and now it's time to maybe get some sleep. Same sleeping arrangements as last night.
I'm sleeping in the car.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's been a weird day.
so she's in the car,
Locking
Who's-
the doors, rolling the
who's
windows
in the
up.
tent.
I guess I'm in there with my buddy Seamus.
Okay,
Yeah, Seamus is before he gets ready for bed. He's trying to decide how bad he wants to poop. He's like, I don't really need that quarter that much.
Yeah, it's been
Starting to get a little uncomfortable.
She probably wouldn't know. It's real dark out there.
Oh, you can't welch. Can't cheat on a bet.
it's been a day and a half probably since you pooped last.
Yeah, and he's normally like a 3 times a day kind of
Yeah.
guy. So this is a little rough. But he hasn't been drinking a lot of water, so.
Yeah.
So he's going to be impacted. That's nice.
Backing up into his brains.
His eyes
Of all
are
the things I
brown.
know, when I created this character, and in nowhere in the back of my mind was there anything related to his poop.
Nope.
Or-
However, we now know he's a 3-time a guy. A 3-time a day guy.
It is it is funny the way you develop your character in role playing
It
games.
is. It definitely is. Interesting. All right, so that means it was Rutherford was sleeping out on the cot.
Yep.
Okay. So during the night, Rutherford, you wake, like your eyes just open, and you're laying there, and you can't move your limbs, and around you is what looks like the guys from your squadron, and each one of them has something wrong with them, like not from crashing or their fiery, nasty deaths that they suffered, but like one of them has 4 extra fingers on one hand. Another one has what looks like a little bit of another head growing out of the side of his head, and they're all looking at you, and they're just like death moans and nasty sounds.
I can't move at all. Can I speak?
You're sitting there paralyzed.
I can't speak. Or...
You can speak. You can't move though.
Moretti, Johnny, what's going on?
And in the tent, you guys are awakened by hearing Rutherford outside calling some names.
What happened to you guys?
That's what you hear.
I can't move. You got to help me.
Someone show up. What?
I think
You just heard him say, "I can't move. You got to help me."
I think the old man's having a bad dream, but we better go check on him.
Yeah, I whip open the door of the tent.
And you open it. He's laying there, wide-eyed, just kind of looking around him, and it looks like he's just stuck there, held in place. And you can't see anything he's seeing, but he's just sitting there, laying there, making these noises and words. His eyes are open though, so if it's a dream, he's dreaming with his eyes open.
I'll go shake him.
Okay.
Be like, what? Hey, old man, wake up.
One of your squadron's shaking you.
Johnny, what's up with your face, man?
And he's just saying,
I'm like,
like sadness, not zombie sounds, but sadness, death sounds.
who's Johnny?
I'm sorry. What happened? I couldn't save you all. I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry, Johnny.
I'm fine. Just wake. I don't know what he's.
So now at this
me.
point, the sounds are loud enough that Becky, you've been stirred
All right.
in the car.
I'm going to
and
roll
you
the
can
window
hear.
down a little bit. What are you guys doing? What's going on?
So in this
The old man's
moonlight-
got shouty.
in the moonlight, starlight, you can kind of see what's going on there.
What's wrong with Rutherford?
He just gotten shouty. I don't know.
I think he's having one of those lucid dreams.
Man, this place is causing some weird dreams.
Yeah.
Maybe we should slap him so he can snap out of it.
Okay, so who's going to slap him? I'm just
Well,
curious.
Moretti, help me out, man. I can't move.
I would.
Splash
I'd go
some
up and
hot
crack
dog
him
water
across
in
the
his
side of
face.
Oh, God, that's gross.
side of the face.
All right. So when
Or I give him a
Seamus
shake.
does
I
that,
give him a shake.
He was already shaken. You saw him being shaken.
I give him a smack.
Yeah.
Give him a stir.
So as soon as that smack hits, Rutherford, some of the fog clears and you realize it's those 2 guys standing over you. And it's right at the end of the smack, and Seamus's hand is just coming, back towards him. And you realize you got a little bit of stinging on your cheek.
Hold my cheek.
And you can move now, yes. But you weren't sleeping. You were awake. You know you were awake.
I
You know this
get
was
up and
all
look
real.
around to see if my fellow squadron mates are still around me.
They're not.
What the hell's going on?
What you looking for, old man?
Rutherford, are you okay?
I'll be fine.
Do a calm roll, please. Let's see how close you can remain to calm.
10.
Son of a bitch.
Very
You
good.
haven't
Best
failed
I can
anything
get.
yet.
Best
Yeah.
I can get.
But it's fine because as the most calm character,
Right, that
it
would make
makes sense
sense.
that so
Yeah.
far you've made it through unscathed. It's when you have to start using strength that'll matter.
Right, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Maybe I should lay off that bourbon.
I don't know. You got a case of being shouty.
kind of mushrooms? What kind of mushrooms were those?
So at this
Shade
point,
to rails.
at this point, it's somewhere probably around 2 or 3 in the morning. Who would wear a wristwatch or have a pocket watch or something like
I
that?
definitely would have.
Okay. So when you look at the time, let's say it's 2:30 a.m. It's definitely not time to be waking up yet, unless, of course, it's something you're likely to do.
Is it a full moon?
Close. It's bright enough that you can see.
Can we all go back to sleep? I was actually sleeping pretty good.
Yeah. But I'd like to say, even though the world was black and white in the 40s, you know, there was a sepia tones in some places, but in the moonlight, it's that black and white of night.
Right.
You know, you're seeing everything in grays, but you can see. It's just
Yeah, it's way too
Just
early
enough.
to be awake. You go back to sleep.
It's close to the witching hour.
All right. Try to keep it down out here.
I'm gonna have a smoke first out of my pipe.
Okay.
Try to relax myself.
I don't see why not. Makes sense. Now, for the rest of the night, nothing particularly bad happens, although those who had suffered failures during the day, you have kind of flashbacks at night where you're like, oh, crap, that's happening again. And you wake up. It's restless sleep, but nothing new happens. So the idea of, with Becky, during your sleep, you keep having these flashbacks to the dreams you had earlier near the stream. And the same with Seamus. It's like every 5 minutes you wake up and you swear there was something crawling on your leg or on your arm or something, and you have a very restless sleep overnight. And with Skeeter as well.
Just got noises
Yeah,
all the time.
and there are multiple times, especially in the tent, where you wake up and the other person was startled awake at the same time, and it's like, did you hear that? No. Did you feel that? No. Just that kind of thing where there's just general uneasiness. And throughout the night too, with Rutherford, you just hear the sound of propeller planes all night, and it's just. And every
Artillery
time you
going
wake
off,
up,
flak.
every time you wake up, there's some
Helicopters.
kind of crashing sound, and it keeps you on edge all night. The next morning, sun rises. You guys wake up along with the sun, and nobody feels like they slept well because, quite frankly, you didn't.
I'm exhausted.
Thinking those whatever the heck they are, I don't think those sit well with me.
I think we need to make an extra pot of coffee this morning.
Yeah, I'm
Ain't
already
nothing
on.
wrong with fiddleheads. They're good.
Yeah,
That's what you say, but we're all.
Wow.
yeah. Every meal was fiddlehead.
See,
You
yeah.
gotta back that out.
Or paprika. Maybe we're all allergic to paprika.
No one's allergic to paprika.
He's
Nobody
doing a little
even knows
sniff
what
at it.
paprika is.
Everyone who's ever lived through one of my meals can attest. So the other part of that too is, I'm going to say you guys plan to be out here through 3 nights. You know, I'm going to say maybe like Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, drive back home Sunday. So, you're supposed to be here one more night. What are you guys having for breakfast today?
Eggs and bacon.
Eggs and bacon.
I'm gonna go set some traps for some small game.
We'd probably have if we wanted it, we would probably have some oats, like some basic porridge or something with us, like oatmeal type of thing.
Well, I'm thinking when Becky said she brought granola or granola bars, that's just loose grains and oats and whatever, right?
Some of that.
So I don't see why not.
Yeah, I don't think we were in the prepackaged granola bar days back then.
No, probably have something like raisins or something to go along with that, for that
Yeah.
matter. Some kind of dried foods.
Trail
That's what I
mix.
typed when she said she was going to grab stuff from the pantry. Dried foods.
Yeah, have a little jerky.
Yeah.
So
Okay. What's the conversation like over breakfast?
I think it'd be kind of subdued. We'd all be a
Yeah,
little
we're all just tired.
tired and weird, but man, I did not sleep great last night, which is unusual because I usually sleep really well in the outdoors.
Gonna need a vacation to recover from this vacation.
Well, I got to figure out what to do because I'm not going back home.
Maybe we'll get better sleep tonight. We'll be fine tomorrow.
Perhaps we should do a little bit of a hike so we get tired out.
That's a good idea.
Sounds fine.
We'll all stick together, sure.
And Becky, don't you worry about going back. I know plenty of people. We'll get you a job. You'll be fine.
I just need to hang out somewhere for a year so that I'm free of those evil foster parents.
They're evil.
They're evil.
Evil.
Evil. What do they do that's so evil? What would you tell the other people that you're camping with about the foster home?
They don't let me do anything. They don't let me have any friends to come over. I mean, they're like micromanaging.
They don't even have
They-
broadband.
Well, there's no internet anyway.
Bastards.
But like,
Evil.
they control everything, and everything has to be. My foster mom is like one of them Stepford wives. Like everything has to be perfect, and your hair has to be perfect, and your clothes have to be perfect.
That's horrible.
And my foster father, he drinks, but he's a trying to think of what a good profession for him would be.
We have to put him into a profession. He's a teacher.
Yeah, something like that.
You got to drink when you're a
He's a teacher, and
Elementary school.
and everybody thinks he's all goody-goody, but he comes home drunk and just screams at me and screams at my foster mom, and he hits her, and I'm afraid he's going to hit me, and I want nothing to do with this place.
So she's running away at the end of the camping trip.
So I ain't going back home.
That's right. What stories would Skeet tell about the mechanics business while you guys are out on a hike?
Well, the mechanics business is something that's always been in my family, and I haven't thought of doing anything else. And it's been nice working with my brother Clem.
What's his full name? Clementine?
Clem's son.
Clemson. Huh.
But yeah, especially now that like Paul doesn't really come to work anymore. So, I mean, he still wants a cut of the business, but I mean, it's nice working with Clem. Like, I don't have to really hang out with Dad. We sort of just hang out at the shop,
Yeah.
like talk cars. It's nice.
Cool.
Y'all live together?
Yeah. I mean, Clem's a pretty good roommate. He sort of keeps to himself.
Is this the kind of business that just has an apartment upstairs or something like that?
Yeah.
Sounds cool. Like, I can't imagine what it would be like to have a brother. That sounds like it'd be cool.
Yeah, Clem's pretty cool. He's definitely the cool one of the bunch. I mean, he's very popular downtown.
I've seen him, but I never really talked to him.
Yeah, I mean, he would. Clem's a talker.
How old is Clem?
Clem's 27, but I
A
mean,
little too young for you, Becky?
Way too old.
So as you guys are talking along the hike, kind of out of nowhere you hear what sounds like a really big twig snap. And that's where we'll end this episode.
All right.
And then we can all say,
Bye!
The preceding podcast was brought to you by One Joe Young. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com.